Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Abundant Living with Intermittent Fasting. My name is Denise, and for those of you who are new here, I have been doing intermittent fasting since January of this year, and as of today, I've lost 42 pounds. I was talking with my good friend, Stacy. Hello, Stacy. About what I should talk about next on my vlog, and I thought I would talk about health. And when I asked her what should I talk about first, mental health or physical health, she said talk about mental health. So here I am talking to you about how intermittent fasting has helped my emotional health. And I'm sure it all interplays together. When I felt better physically, I felt better emotionally. And when I felt better emotionally, I was able to do things that helped me physically. So, but I wanted to talk with you about where I have come from. So I think that as a person in general, I have struggled with low level depression, and it affected me somewhat. I wasn't on medication necessarily, but that I didn't initiate things that I always loved to do on for a lot of things that I wanted to do, because I just didn't emotionally have it in me to do it. So I think that had been going on and off in my adult life. I did experience some trauma as a child that has required me to go into some therapy to deal with some of those issues. But I was, when I asked people what they thought of me, they tell good friends, they say that you were a generally happy person, an optimistic person, and that I was a person who struggled to keep my feelings in check, right? To manage them well, and to treat them as needed to be treated with therapy. So last summer, I lost my younger sister tragically. And then a month later, we placed my mother in a nursing facility. And that there was a lot of stress during that time, a lot of sadness, again, trauma, and just a lot of heavy things. And I fell into a depression, I want to say a deep depression, November, December. And I was sleeping a lot. I was very agitated, and I wasn't my normal self. I wasn't able to be there for my family. So I did seek out help. At that time, I sought out both therapy and I was placed on some medication. The medication was to help with anxiety and then also to help with depression. I was on a different medication which also helped the pain of my fibromyalgia, which was very considerable at that point. So fast forward to January 11th when I started intermittent fasting, I can only say that I felt immediate effects on I felt better because of the medication, which I had started at the beginning of December, but I felt a significant improvement starting almost immediately once I started intermittent fasting. I was sleeping a bit better. I was able to focus a little bit better. My energy was a little bit better. And my initiation was a little bit better. So whereas before I just wasn't doing things, I was dragging myself to work. I was dragging myself to take my kids to the things that they needed to go to. And I was having getting help from friends and family because I was just so not in a great place. I was taking naps a lot, trying to recover from what had happened. So now I would say that I am feeling much more optimism and much more joy. I feel truly happy. It has taken a while for me to get there. Again, I was seeking feedback from good friends on what they felt I had been doing over the last year, but they have seen every month that my emotions have really improved. And that I'm happy and I want to do things more often. And so much so that tonight I'm actually taking, oh, sorry about that, I'm bouncing the camera. I'm starting a tap dancing class, which is crazy. I think that that is so much outside of what I've been for the last many, many years. Probably 5 years. I did start running 5 years ago, which I was the chubby girl who had asthma my whole life. And so when I lost weight back in 2013, 14, I did run 2 5Ks, and I was super proud of myself. I never really got underneath I was just under an 11-minute mile for me, which is really fast. I'm short. I'm 5'3", and I have little legs. And so that was a big deal. But this is the first time that I've done something just really, really fun and outside of my zone. I used to take tap when I was young, and I loved it. So I'm really excited for this opportunity to do that. But also my ability to persevere in things. And there is that whole like positive feedback system where if you have a positive feeling about something, you're more likely to continue to do it. And that has been certainly the case here. I feel better. My fibromyalgia is better. It's not perfect. I still have pain. I still require, even though I'm not clinically depressed anymore, I do require some level of medication to help me with some of those pain signals that I'm getting. Also, I still struggle with anxiety, but I'm just really much better. I think my kids certainly and my husband are reaping the benefits of that. My friendships are a whole lot better. I'm more active. My lifelong friend, Beth, has said that she hasn't seen me this way in years, which is wonderful. I've started a Poshmark closet where I'm trying to sell my clothes, which would have never happened before. My good friend Emily and I have started a faith-based intermittent fasting group on Facebook, and if you're interested, you can certainly reach out to me. I'd be happy to share that with you. Actually, I'll put that in the comments below. So I have lots of, and I'm enjoying my work. I love my work with my little kids and the families that I work with. That is also just so much better. And I'm able to I'm still disorganized, very disorganized, but I think that comes with a little bit of ADHD. That's sort of my family history. I've never been technically on medication for it, but certainly it does roll my world a bit. So let's see here. So I'm definitely more optimistic, definitely feeling really no signs of depression. I'm managing my emotions about my sister's death a lot better. And I feel just much happier in doing things in life. So I share these things with you to give you a little more motivation in trying to stick with this. If you've struggled with sadness for a good portion of your life, especially related to your weight, I certainly think that having struggles with weight can make you feel less willing to try things. And here I am, 9 months on the other side. Well, 10 months. It's October 2nd now. Happy Feast Day of Guardian Angels, my favorite feast day. It certainly helps you to want to keep going at things and to try again. And I certainly think that this deserves at least a good attempt. So the women in my group are trying to do this for 30 days for the month of October. And so I continue to encourage everyone to do that, who is doing intermittent fasting, and to, even though the scale is not moving, to know that there are so many benefits, both mentally, cognitively, and physically, that I think it's worth it to try. And if you need help, I'm here to support you. So I wish you all just so much health and happiness today, and I wish you life in abundance as you approach your intermittent fasting journey. God bless everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.